Hey guys, Jackie Mumphrey, the real estate maven, and I am on my way over to show a property. It is approximately 6:24 and had a couple of minutes in the car on the way there to share with you guys just some thoughts I've had on what's going on this summer. It's 2019, and just how the real estate market is going, and for the most part it's actually going pretty well. The market has slowed down a little bit, like a pinch. However, it hasn't slowed down in the way that you might think. So there are less houses on the market for sale, but they are selling slightly higher than they were last year, but selling lower than they were the beginning of 2019. So let me explain. So there were more homes for sale last year at this time, and so we did not see the increase in values as we have this year, with there being less homes for sale. And I think it's because when you have a shorter supply or lower supply of homes, then they tend to peak up in price, although we have less for sale. So I hope that makes sense. Hope you guys follow that. If not, leave a comment below and we can chat about it. But at the beginning of the year, we had a pretty good run earlier this year with homes, and I guess maybe those were the homes that were the remnants of 2018 that didn't sell within that year last year, and that ended up selling at the turn of the year. And then you had more people that put their houses on so that they could sell in the spring season. And so that could be why we saw a little bit of a decline now from then. But overall, the market's doing well. In Mableton specifically, we're doing very well. We don't have overall a ton of houses that come on the market. For 40,000 residents that live in Mableton at the present time, we're only really averaging about 800 to 1,000 buyers coming into the area. And the reason why I have that margin of 800 to 200 is because it's easy to track homes that have sold via MLS. It doesn't take an account of sellers who sell for sale by owner, which means they sell unrepresented by a real estate agent or brokerage. And then it also doesn't take an account of the sellers who are new construction, who do not list all of their properties on the MLS because they don't want to pay the MLS fees, which are a little pricey. Agents are selling houses, which is what their job is, but they also have fees that have to be covered. You have to pay your broker. You also have to pay MLS fees, which hover about $120 per every $100,000 you sell. So a house that is $300,000 would cost the realtor in MLS fees $360 plus whatever their split is to their broker, and that could range depending on which company you work for. Some real estate companies will charge you 50% of that if you're like on a team with a group of other agents. Some of them will charge you a third of your commission or 20% of your commission. Some of them don't charge you anything on your commission, but then they charge you fees per month, where you might affiliate with a broker anywhere from $500 a month to $3,000 a month. Depends on which brokerage firm you're with and what services they provide you for the money you pay. But I digress. So you have these fees that are associated with the sale, and a lot of sellers for some reason think that we get the whole entire check that they see on the table, but we don't. And that couldn't be any further from the truth. So a lot of people think, oh my gosh, my realtor made $20,000. No, they didn't. I can guarantee you they didn't, because you can't sell, and especially be on MLS, and not pay any fees. So but anyway, but our market's doing pretty well here. Sellers are selling, especially if they're priced right. And if you've watched or followed any of my other videos in the past, you often will hear me say, price it right, price it right, price it right, and then make sure it looks the price that you're trying to get it for. And if you're selling a house as is, I get people from time to time that'll call me and they'll say, oh, I'm not doing any repairs, I'm not paying any closing costs, I'm not doing anything. I'm not paying a home warranty. I'm not this. I. And they forget that their house becomes a product the moment they put it on the market. So that's like saying you're going to Macy's and you're going to buy a pair of jeans, and you go in there looking for jeans, and then the sales clerk says, well, I don't care what you do, we're not giving you a discount, we're not letting you use friends and family, we're not, you can only buy it in the world of like homeowners who say you can only see it, you can only buy it from this time to this time, and you can't try them on, whatever, because we want them to stay new. You have to kind of be open to your buyer when you're trying to sell. And I find that, a house that's been sitting on the market will sell when the seller is ready for that house to sell. And usually it's priced, and they're holding on, trying to find a buyer that's going to pay them their price. And if it hasn't happened within 30 to 60 days, it's not going to happen. So drop the price. You got to price it right. So if you price it right and it looks good and it smells good, it's going to fly off the market. It just is. I believe in springboarding listings, and not everybody, like other professionals, really agree with that method. I find it to be very successful to me, and I think maybe they don't like that method because they don't either know how to explain it to the client and how it's going to benefit them, or they don't understand it. They don't understand the mechanisms of it. And with springboarding, I can tell you guys more in depth what I do to actually get houses sold. But springboarding basically is, you set an appraisal on the property, you do your comps, find out what the highest possible dollar is to get out of that product. Look to see what other homes within either a mile radius up to 2 mile radius, same school district, same zip code, a 10-year spread on either side of the year that the property was built. So if the property was built in 1950, you're going to do comparables up to 1960, you're going to do them up to 1950, sometimes 1940, but usually you have a different house between 1940 and 1960. Building materials changed a little bit. The homes got a little bit bigger, less boxy than the 1940 models, especially in South Cobb. But you're going to compare it to also on the other end, a 1970 house, maybe sneak in a 71 or a 72 perhaps, if you don't have a lot of comparables that come back in your sampling. But you want to compare. What is the highest possible price comparable to everything else that's in the market? That's how an appraiser is going to see the property. That's how they're going to value it. And then I can do another video if you guys are interested of a market value versus appraised value. They are two different things, and you market your home one way and you expect it to appraise another way. So usually you hope it's the same number, but it's not always the same number. But I'll do a video on that at some point in the future. But going back to what I was originally saying, the market's doing well. The houses are being priced right. As long as you do what you're supposed to do, get it together, price it right, stage it, take out the junk. I don't care if you're even selling the property as is. Take out the junk, because most people are not imaginative. They cannot imagine a house without the stuff. And people are going to always believe what they see with their own eyes than what you promised them, especially coming from a real estate agent, because people think for some reason real estate agents are going to try to slam a house down on them and force them to buy. Like, I'm going to force you to buy this house and no other house. It doesn't work that way. But you have to just be mindful of you're competing with everything else that's for sale. Not only just, say, if the property's in Mableton, but you're competing with houses that are in Austell, competing with houses that are in Southeast Marietta, houses that are in Smyrna. So the buyers are generally looking everywhere and comparing everything to your house before they make a decision. So you just want to be, the prettiest girl at the ball and the best price. And with springboarding, you're basically going to market your house, get it together, get your pre-list appraisal, get your pre-inspection, get the house in tip-top shape, and then what you're going to do is take a little bit of a haircut off that price and use that to springboard it to actually get more than what you're asking for. Because if you ask for the tip-top of the market, a lot of sellers make the mistake of, okay, my house is worth $500, so I'm going to put it on the market for $525 because I know somebody's going to negotiate and want to act like they had a deal, and they're going to feel like they won. No, what you would want to do is the house appraised for $500, put that on the market for like $485, $495, somewhere in that range, because when you compare it to other homes, that are priced higher, your home looks like the deal, which then you create what's called the herding effect, which is a brand new listing, is very well priced, and then the intent is to actually create a bidding war that would actually get you over your price, because everybody will bid on something that's a deal. Not everybody will bid on a house that's at market or over market. A lot of people say, well, they can just send us an offer. But you know what? If you're at 525, knowing you'll take 500, that 525 people only looking up to 500 will never see you. So you're actually cutting off that part of the market by being priced too high. And I often will tell people, if you see a house on the market for more than 60 days and it has not been snatched off the market, it is overpriced. It is overpriced. So it's important to realize that in your marketing, or when you have your house on the market, and with your agent, whomever you pick is marketing, they've got to be really strategic and get the marketing out, get it pushed out, and get people in there, get that herd in there, let them fight over it, get your check, and get on down the road. So my people got here for the showing, which is excellent. So I'm going to come on in and show this great little rental property I have on the market over here in Austell, and hopefully they will take it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for riding along with me, and as always, thank you for your support and for watching this channel. Please subscribe if you have not. Leave a comment, say hello, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.